Steam's winter sale is now live, and so in this video I'll be giving you 16 highly recommended strategy games for you to get lost in. Turn-based strategies, colony sims, grand strategy, real-time strategies, and a sprinkle of hidden gems that I think you're all going to really enjoy, especially because all of these will be half price or less. And just before we begin, just a heads up, you might want to check out my previous sale video as I don't like crossing streams, and so you might find another game there that's still on sale too. So let's get started. So first up, we're kicking things off with XCOM 2. It's probably because it's one of my favorite games of all time, and it's actually the game that started this channel. You lead a desperate resistance force against an alien occupation, engaging in intense tactical turn-based battles and managing your global operations from a mobile headquarters. You get to recruit and train soldiers, research new technologies, and undertake covert missions to disrupt the aliens' plans. The combat here is amazing, especially when you've got that permadeath looming behind you. Honestly, I got so emotionally attached to some of my soldiers sometimes, and it just creates this high stakes and emotional experience for you. Then you have the DLC War of the Chosen, which is incredible, man, and there's just so many mods that go with it that can just double or triple your replayability here. So if you enjoy turn-based tactics, high stakes, and a game that will constantly test your strategic thinking, definitely give XCOM 2 a try today. Now for something a little bit different, we've got Battle Brothers. Don't let these graphics fool you because wow, this game is incredible. This is a brutal turn-based tactical RPG where you manage a mercenary group in a gritty medieval fantasy world. There's no grand overarching story here. You get to create your own narrative through the choices that you make and the events that unfold. Here you're going to recruit mercenaries with unique traits and backstories, equip them with weapons and armor, and then send them on contracts ranging from simple bandit hunts to fighting orcish hordes and undead armies, with permadeath meaning any of your mercenaries can die at any time, and this all creates a sense of attachment to your group. The turn-based combat here is tough with a big focus on positioning and equipment, and it's also got this dynamic open world where events unfold regardless of your actions. Plus it's also got a deep system for managing your mercenaries group. So yeah, if you enjoy challenging tactical combat, gritty medieval settings, and looking for a game where your choices do truly matter, definitely give Battle Brothers a try today. Then coming up next on the list is Oxygen Not Included, which is perfect for management fans out there who are looking for a challenge. Here you're going to manage a colony of goofy little duplicants trying to survive in the harsh confines of an asteroid. These little guys are your workforce, and it's your job to keep them alive, which is, yeah, it's a lot easier said than done. Here you'll need to dig out living spaces, build complex life support systems, plumbing, oh yeah, don't even get me started on that plumbing, and then desperately trying to keep them from suffocating, starving, or otherwise meeting a comical demise. And yeah, I'd say the graphics weren't initially my vibe, but honestly, now I just love them, and I got really addicted to this game. The best part about this game is the intricate resource management, where every element interacts in complex ways. Also, the physics here are somewhat realistic, and they can often lead to unexpected and often some hilarious disasters. And that constant threat of having your colony wiped out by one wrong move really keeps you on your toes. But if you enjoy intricate systems, watching tiny people suffer for your amusement, in a good way of course, and a game that's both challenging and funny, then definitely try out Oxygen Not Included today. Next up, for something not so light-hearted, we've got Frostpunk 1, and yes, it's still such an epic game if you haven't played it already. The game is set in a frozen post-apocalyptic world where the last of humanity huddle around massive coal-powered generators, where you're tasked with managing the last city on Earth. Here you're going to need to make very tough moral choices that directly impact your society, manage dwindling resources in the face of that brutal cold, and desperately trying to keep the generator burning to ward off the deadly cold that threatens to extinguish the last embers of your civilization. In the game, you'll need to be enacting laws, dealing with social unrest, and sending out expeditions into the frozen wastelands to scavenge for supplies. What makes this game so good though is that it creates such a bleak and oppressive atmosphere that perfectly captures the desperation of the setting. It's got difficult choices with dire consequences that will weigh on your conscience, and the constant struggle against the unforgiving elements makes it, man, such an unforgettable experience. So if you enjoy making hard decisions in your strategy games, feeling the weight of responsibility without actually having any, and a game that will truly test your strategic and moral compass, yes, number 2 is really good, but they're both very different games, and the first is still highly recommended, especially on a sale. Then coming up next is Civilization 6. I mean, come on, for this price, crazy cheap, especially if you've always wanted to dip your toes into this franchise. In one of the most iconic 4X strategy games, you're going to be leading a civilization from the ancient ages to the modern era through diplomacy, warfare, cultural influence, and scientific advancement. Here you'll set up cities, build wonders, explore the world, research new technologies, and interact with other civilizations, either through peaceful diplomacy or through conquest. Each civilization has unique abilities and units, offering very diverse playstyles. But I think what makes this game so fun is that it's got such deep strategic gameplay that really offers countless paths to victory. And then you've got these civilizations with their own unique strengths and weaknesses, and it's got that iconic one more turn addiction that has kept players hooked for decades. And yes, Civilization 7 is coming out in February next year, but this will give you so many hours of strategic fun up until then. So if you enjoy world domination, rewriting history, and a game with almost endless replayability, definitely give Civilization 6 a try today. Now, real-time strategy fans, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you, so I'm going to be including Age of Empires 4 here. But Marco, AoE 4 is so bad, AoE 2 is the best. Yes, I know, real-time strategy veterans will say that this game is not the best, but you know what? I don't care. I love it, and I think it's in a very healthy state right now. The latest installment of this iconic real-time strategy series brings you back to the historical battlefields, where you lead one of the several distinct civilizations through different eras, building your empire from humble beginnings to a powerful force. Like the previous games, you're going to be gathering resources, constructing buildings, training armies, and engaging in such epic real-time battles against your opponents. Each civilization has unique units, technologies, and playstyles, offering very diverse strategic options. And because it's newer, the game offers improved graphics, modernized mechanics, and a focus on historical accuracy. They've made countless updates since its launch, and like I said, I think it's in a really good state for anyone to play. I mean, I've been having hours of fun with this game, and it just always reminded me of playing it when I was a kid, where I would just, I don't know, turtle in my base the whole time. So as long as I can still do that, I'm happy. So if you enjoy historical RTS, a focus on base building and large-scale battles, and a game that captures the spirit of the Age of Empires series, then definitely try out Age of Empires 4 today. But if you want a different kind of real-time strategy, maybe check out the Company of Heroes franchise. This one is highly controversial, but I'll let the RTS fans help me out in the comment section. Here you've got 3 games to choose from. Company of Heroes 1, which is old, but damn, it is so much fun, bringing out that squad-based RTS gameplay that really changed the scene back in the day. It's got such an incredible campaign, and playing Stonewall with friends, it's like that base defense style of gameplay is so incredible even today. It's also the cheapest by far. Then you have Company of Heroes 2. Graphics are better, but it's also been out for a while, and they've fixed a lot of bugs in the game until now, and so many hardcore RTS enthusiasts consider this one to be the best. The PvP player base is still going strong, about as strong as 3, and sometimes even more. Then you have the third one, where the ratings are so mixed that I'll be wrong either way if I recommend it or not. The point is, it's so much fun for players new to the game, and I do think they have cleaned up a lot since its rocky launch. Better graphics, campaign is okay, but the devs are continuing to add in updates all the time. So if you've never played any of them, I'd say start with 1 or 2, they are going for such good deals right now, and maybe 3 if you only care about having a newer game with better graphics. Then next on the list, we've got another iconic franchise, it's Total War Rome 2. This grand strategy game puts you in command of a faction in ancient times, tasking you with conquering territories, managing your economy, and engaging in massive real-time battles. You'll control vast armies in the campaign map, maneuvering them to strategic locations and engaging in diplomacy with other factions. When the armies clash, the game transitions to a detailed battlefield where you command thousands of units in epic battles. Here you'll utilize formations, flanking maneuvers, and siege weaponry to overcome your enemies. There's this grand campaign map that spans across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, and it's got this detailed historical setting that really brings the ancient world to life. And yes, I'd say it's hard to say which Total War is best, but Rome 2 is a great starting point for new players, but yeah, don't forget about the others too. So if you enjoy commanding massive armies in historical battles, grand strategy gameplay, and a game that'll offer a very deep and immersive historical experience, then definitely try Total War Rome 2 today. Then coming up next on the list is FTL Faster Than Light, which I have to say is one of my favorite roguelikes of all time. Here you're going to control a lone spaceship fleeing the relentless rebel fleet, jumping from system to system, managing your crew and ship systems, all in these tense with real time with pause battles. Each jump presents new challenges, from hostile ships to dangerous nebula and desperate encounters with stranded survivors. But damn, what makes this game so much fun to play is just managing your ship's power distribution, repairing damage, managing your crew skills, and making tough choices on the fly that can mean the difference between survival and destruction. And because it's a roguelike, permadeath is just around the corner, making every run a unique and high-stakes experience. It's got some really intense combat encounters that really require quick thinking and strategic decisions, as well as a wide array of ship customization options, allowing for some diverse playstyles. And yes, do not forget about the multiverse mod that adds in so much replayability with all the cool stuff that it throws in. So if you enjoy tense space battles, the sweet taste of victory or bitter taste of defeats and restarting, and a game with high replayability, definitely give FTL a try today. Then next on the list we've got Tropico 6, where you play as El Presidente, the ruler of your very own banana republic. In this strategic city builder where you can choose to be a ruthless dictator or a beloved leader, it's all about managing your island nation through 4 areas of history, tackling political challenges, and ensuring your citizens or subjects stay in line. Here you're going to be building and managing sprawling archipelagos, connecting islands with bridges, and developing infrastructure like taxis, tunnels, and even cable cars. And if you want to add a bit of flair, you can send your agents on raids to steal iconic world landmarks like the Statue of Liberty and the Eiffel Tower. You can customize your palace, give grandiose election speeches, or just keep your promises, or don't, it's your call. So even though I really enjoyed City Skylines, the first one, not the second, this game is a perfect blend of city building, strategy, and of course humor. So if you enjoy city building, political shenanigans, and ruling with style, then definitely check out Tropico 6 today. And then next on the list, one of the all-time strategy greats, it's Anno 1800. Here you're going to build and manage a thriving 19th century industrial empire, from intricate production chains that span multiple islands to complex trade routes that connect your far-flung settlements and intricate diplomatic relations with other players and AI factions. You'll need to balance the needs of your growing population, manage resources, and adapt to changing economic conditions. But these visuals are incredible, and I think that they really bring the 19th century to life here, with complex economic systems that also offer a deep and rewarding management experience and the satisfaction of creating a bustling metropolis from bumble beginnings to an epic empire. So if you enjoy intricate city building and one with a historical setting and a game that rewards careful planning and management, then definitely try out Anno 1800 today. Then next up, some more turn-based action with King Arthur Knight's Tale. So this is a dark fantasy tactical RPG with various turn-based combat and kingdom management elements that reimagines the Arthurian legends in a grim and gritty setting. You play as Mordred, the nemesis of King Arthur, tasked with destroying the resurrected king and his corrupted realm. You'll lead a band of heroes through challenging turn-based battles, making difficult choices that really impact the story and the fate of your kingdom. The game also features a dark and mature narrative, challenging tactical combat, and some meaningful choices that have some lasting consequences. But I think what makes this game quite unique is that it's got this grim, dark Arthurian setting that offers a fresh and unique take on the classic legends, plus it's got that challenging tactical combat that really requires some careful planning and execution, and some impactful moral choices that help shape the story and the fate of your characters. So yeah, if you enjoy dark fantasy, tactical RPGs, and a game that offers a mature and engaging narrative, definitely give King Arthur Knight's Tale a try today. Then sticking with the medieval theme, we've got Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, which again is such an epic game. This is a medieval sandbox RPG with a very strong focus on combat and strategy. Here you can create your own character and carve your own path in the war-torn continent of Calradia. You can become a mercenary, a trader, a vassal of a kingdom, or even try to forge your own empire. The combat is a unique blend of first-person and third-person melee combat with a focus on skill and timing. Plus then you've got to also command armies in these large-scale battles using tactical formations and maneuvers to defeat your enemies. But what really makes this game stand out is that it's got this massive sandbox world to explore and a deep and engaging combat system. Plus it's got the ability to raise armies and participate in those large-scale battles. So if you enjoy a medieval setting in your games, open world gameplay, and a game where you can forge your own destiny through combat and strategy, then Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord is definitely worth checking out. Then next on the list, we've got some superhero fun with Marvel's Midnight Suns. Now this one is a bit of a hybrid, mixing in tactical turn-based combat with deck building mechanics and a little bit of RPG thrown in for good measure. You play as the Hunter, a customizable hero brought back to fight Lilith, Mother of Demons, alongside a team of iconic Marvel heroes like Iron Man, Captain America, and Doctor Strange. In the game, you'll engage in strategic battles using a card-based system to unleash powerful abilities and combos. In between missions, you get to hang out at the Abbey, building relationships with your fellow heroes and upgrading your abilities. I will say that the tactical card-based combat is surprisingly deep and engaging, and it's got a really cool blend of Marvel superheroes and supernatural elements if that's your thing, and a social system that lets you bond with your favorite heroes. So yeah, if you're a Marvel fan, enjoy tactical combat, and like the idea of building decks and strategizing with superheroes, then definitely check out Marvel Midnight Suns today. Then next on the list is Crusader Kings III. In this game, you step into the shoes of a medieval ruler, guiding your dynasty through generations of power struggles, betrayal, and conquest. It's a grand strategy meets role-playing experience set in the Middle Ages, where your noble house's legacy is yours to forge or destroy. Here you're going to expand your realm through warfare, diplomacy, or some deliciously devious scheming. Marry off your heirs for strategic alliances, fend off revolts, or deal with that cousin who might be a bit too ambitious. When your character dies, your torch passes to the heir, meaning every decision shapes your family's future. Here I think what makes it fun is that it's got such freedom and unpredictability. You can be a ruthless tyrant, a benevolent ruler, or a backstabbing puppet master. The game's world is so alive though, full of unique characters with their own personalities, secrets, and different plots. And no two playthroughs are ever the same. The stories that emerge from accidental assassinations to some scandalous love affairs are just pure gold for anyone who loves a little drama. It's developed by Paradox, and these devs just eat, sleep, and breathe strategy. So if this setting isn't your thing, then I'd recommend checking out Hearts of Iron 4, Stellaris, Europa Universalis 4, or maybe even Victoria 3. So if you enjoy strategy, deep role-playing, and creating medieval soap opera level chaos, then definitely give Crusader Kings III a try today. And then finally we've got Timberborn, and yes, it's not more than 50% off, so please don't sue me, but I'm including it here because, well, beavers. Timberborn is a city building game where you guide a colony of highly advanced, industrious beavers in a post-human world. With Earth turned into a wasteland, it's up to these lumberpunk beavers to build thriving cities, manage resources, and survive droughts and toxic disasters. In the game, you'll choose between two beaver factions, the eco-friendly Folktales or the tech-savvy Iron Teeth. You'll be building vertical cities, constructing dams and aqueducts, terraforming the land, and keeping your water supplies flowing. The game features deep resource management, water physics, and even robotic beavers to help keep your colony running smoothly. And I think what you'll enjoy about this game is that it's all about creativity and survival. The vertical building system lets you stack structures for maximum efficiency, and the water management mechanics are incredibly satisfying. Plus, the lumberpunk vibe and quirky charm make it a blast to play. So if you enjoy city building, resource management, and watching adorable beavers defy the odds, then definitely give Timberborn a try today. And that wraps up my video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this. And if I left out a game, please let me and others know in the comment section so that we can all find great games for us to get lost in. But other than that, it's Marco here from Easily Distracted Games, and as always, don't stop gaming.